Hey guys, we're just going to run through some roof rack options which can go on top of your conversion. We'll also run you through the space blocks which we can supply if you like. The roof loading capacity for starters on the roof conversion is 150 kilograms on Australian roads. So any state or territory, 150 kilos is your max roof loading capacity. So that includes the weight of your roof rack as well, keep that in mind. And also it needs to be spread across the roof as well. Not specific, but needs to be spread across the roof if you are going to carry that max weight. You will need to put the weight further forward on your roof, your heavy items further forward, because don't forget you are lifting that weight up and down every time you open your conversion. So easy tip, keep the weight forward or keep your constant load further forward. So toolboxes, spare tires, if your panels are heavy, solar panels are heavy, put them further forward. Okay, so options of putting stuff on your roof. We are actually going to come up with our own roof rack really soon. We've been prototyping now for about 6 months. It's looking pretty good, but we haven't released it yet. In the meantime, any platform rack can fit on the conversion, and roof crossbars are the other option as well. So typically people have a cage or a platform rack on their roof rack, so you can just put everything up there and tie it all down. It makes life a bit easier. Because you're opening and closing it, those roof platform racks these days get pretty heavy because they're all super slimline now. So to get that strength into it, they are quite dense. So they're pretty heavy platforms to put up there. If you can avoid doing that, recommend it, because it does get a bit of a pain trying to lift it up and down every day. Even though we can give you stronger struts or more gas in your struts to help with that assistance, you've still got to do the initial push yourself. So just keep that in mind when you are loading up your roof or putting stuff on it. Recommend using a crossbar for those people who are carrying a constant load. If you're putting a solar panel on one side and a surfboard or fishing rods or something down the other side, just use crossbars. Way lighter than a platform rack, and you can probably get away with 2 or 3 of them. So mounting these to the roof is pretty much the same as a platform rack. So both these options I'm going to run through now are applicable to whether you do a crossbar or a platform, or even if you're just putting a solar panel directly onto these feet. 2 options for mounting your crossbar or your platform rack to your roof conversion. One of them is just to use the plastic mounting feet that come from roof rack manufacturers. So this is a universal track. Most mounting feet will fit into it. Just double check with your supplier to make sure that it's going to work with it. These are a Yakima universal track. It's a Q8 track. So if you want more details on that, give us a call, but a Yakima Universal Q8 track is what they are. Okay, so putting on your platform or your crossbar, you've either got the mounting feet that I explained earlier, which is just a universal plug and play system. You slide in the mounting feet from your roof rack supplier. The only downside with them is that they do keep the rack quite high off the roof. You're probably adding you're probably going to end up with a 50mm gap in between your roof and the bottom of your platform or your crossbar. But it's a plug and play system, so it looks a bit nicer from the outside and it's easy to do. Alternatively, we can supply these space blocks. There's an aluminium block with a hole in it, cut with a bit of a bevel. So what these do, these will sit on the rack on either side of it. It's a bit more industrial finish, we'll call it. So you've got to drill a hole through your platform rack or through your crossbar. These crossbars work quite well. I'll explain what they are in a second. But yeah, quite literally drill a hole through, put the bolt through it, and then the bolt would then feed through the spacer block like that, and then we can supply you with a channel nut. It's a 20 by 20 by 3.5mm thick M6 channel nut. Slide that in, and then your bolt would just screw into that. So if you imagine the crossbar or platform rack is going across, that's holding it just enough. It's about 8mm clearance between the highest point of the roof, which is top of that rib, and down the side of the rack. So it keeps it super slim. But you have got to drill a hole in your rack and through your crossbar, which isn't conventional, but it's sometimes stronger than the mounting feet anyway. But that's up to you to decide. That's just one way of doing it. We do sell these, so get in touch with us if you're keen to know more about it. These crossbars, which we've sent out on a few conversions to date, it's a 1250 wide crossbar. The little bolts that hold in these end caps are actually the perfect width of the track. And you can just remove them and then just drill a larger hole and bolt them straight on. So these are Yakima lock and load trim heavy duty crossbar. And again, get in touch with us if you want to know more about them. Just for those interested in the spacings of our roof rails, so center to center, it's 1220 millimeters for the two larger rails at the back, which are parallel. So the front one's 1120 mil at the furthest point forward. So that, again, that's your spacing. And at the back, it's the 1220. So they line up with the two that are parallel. Okay, so the length of front rails is 475 mil. So that's your usable length, not the overall length. So usable length of the front, 475 mil. Usable length of the back rails is 1830 millimeters. It's pretty much all the information you need. If you do need more, give us a call or an email. Hopefully be able to help you guys out. Thanks.